Gaudete Sunday. Rejoice, which comes from the scriptures we hear today. Rejoice over what? There's another word we hear a couple times. It's the Christ. And we'll hear what we're to do. How are we to live? Who are we? What do we rejoice over? Rejoice is used to such an extent that says that even the Father is going to rejoice over you. Can you imagine that? God is going to rejoice over you. Like parents rejoice over their children. Rejoice. We're not rejoicing that God will come again. Jesus will come. That's certainly going to happen. We've been looking at that for a couple of weeks. We're not simply rejoicing because, Christmas is almost here, and Jesus came 2,000 years ago, a historical fact. But we're rejoicing, as the scriptures today said, He is among you. Among you. To rejoice. To rejoice is not just to wear a smile all the time and think that we can do that, although that's good. Sing a great song in your heart all the time, or to rejoice and just to be positive thinker, like the lady somebody sent a Facebook sharing this week. An elderly lady said she took on the commitment that she is going to be positive, think positive. So she fell down a flight of stairs the day before, and she thought positive. So that's faster than I've moved all my life, Didn't know I could move that fast anymore. Oh yeah, we can be positive about all kinds of things. And, that's not what it's about. Or just about smiling all the time. It's about rejoicing in God. And the fact that Christ is among us. So much so it's like a story about a monastery in Ireland years and years ago. And this monastery had grown tremendously. It had grown, but then so often things happen, they also go down. And that's what started happening there. The vocation started dwindling up. You already got everybody in the monastery, so how do you get more? As they dwindled up, then you find out there's a lot of work here for fewer people, and then it starts happening. This month looks over Brother Simon. He's not doing as much as he should. And Brother Mark, he's running to the chapel and he needs to be doing this. And they're starting to criticize and judge each other. And so things are kind of going downhill, even within the monastery. The people that should love each other. And one day, an abbot from another monastery came for checkups like they do, to look at each other and see what we might do. And he came to this monastery and they said, Abbot, you know our circumstances, you know how bad things are getting. What can you tell us? And he said, well, come back tomorrow. And see me tomorrow and I'll tell you. Sure enough, the next day they all come to him. It's like, going to have some words of wisdom. And the abbot said, I don't really have any words of wisdom, but I did have a revelation last night. I know that Jesus is one of you who has come again. And they all kind of looked at each other, and it's like, can't be him. I know what he does. And it can't be him. He's got this fault. And who in the world could it be? And they let that thought go for a little while, but it must be one of us, because the abbot wouldn't lie to us. And pretty soon, just in case, maybe it is so-and-so. Jesus had some flaws, He talked back to his mother, and it's like, I better be nice to so-and-so, because that might be Jesus. They started being nice to each other, and things started improving. They had good spirits among each other. And as that love reflected, the community began growing again. People from other countries said, wow, I heard about this monastery. And they began coming. And a couple of years later, the abbot came by again to see how we're doing. And they said, Abbot, we've lived long enough. We want to know which one of us is Jesus. And all he said is, Jesus is one of you. And left. Jesus is one of you. But he's also in you, and you, and you, and you. That's the good news we celebrate today. What we have to rejoice in. Who we are. We listened to John the Baptist today. This is the end of John the Baptist. The last of the prophets. The last of the Old Testament. And the Old Testament, as you know, was really a call, as a stage of growth, where God gave commandments. Do this, do this, do this. And keep these commandments, and I'll be good to you. But when Jesus comes, it's not about just keeping the commandments anymore. Something different happens. And so John says, I baptize you in water. But the one who comes after me will baptize you in spirit and in fire. With not some physical element, but with God's own life. He will baptize you. And so as he looks at that, we recognize that the New Testament has come. Jesus has come. Jesus has baptized every one of you in his spirit and in fire. As we think of that, we think of a whole different dynamic at work in how you and I are to live. John gave practical things to the people to do. Okay, if you really want to show that you're sorry, do this and this and this. But you and I, because we're responding to the power of the Spirit among us, we are not looking at those, but rather looking at, you might say, the acts of mercy. And we're in the year of mercy right now. And we ought to reflect even more and more on it. Most of you studied and memorized the corporal works of mercy. Okay, that's feeding the hungry, clothing the naked. And those things, yes, we should do. Because it's part of who we are. As well as the spiritual works of mercy. To educate, to guide, to correct. That you and I, as we are living in this new age of Christ, recognize the power of God that is in us. That's why the Father rejoices that that day had come, the day of Christ. So yes, let's continue to look forward to Christmas, but let's realize Christmas is not Christmas without Christ's Mass. You and I gathered at the altar, celebrating Christ's Mass to be nourished and renewed week after week, day after day, with the life of Christ that is in us. And as that life is nourished, to give witness in the community. So we look at each other and say, that's Jesus. Do I treat that person as Jesus? Not just those who are here, but everyone in the community. Do I treat them as Jesus himself? If I don't, I'm not ready for Christmas. But if I do, then I can rejoice, and the Father rejoices as well. So today, know who you are. Live who you are. Seek fully to be who you are.